Hello everybody, it's Serafina and I'm here with your daily tarot insight. So before we begin, I would like to call upon the spirit of the universe that loves us unconditionally. I would like to call upon the spirits of this land, of this island, and of this ocean, and thank them for holding the space and for their ancient wisdom. And I would like to call upon my guides, my ancestors, archangels, my higher self, and I thank them for their presence and guidance with this collective reading. So I know I've been away for like a week or something, but a lot's been going on, and I'm gonna do my best to be consistent with these daily videos these coming weeks. We're coming up to the eclipse in Taurus this Saturday. Officially, the moon is in Aries right now, which means that we've already made the entire cycle since the last new moon, and right now we're going to enter into the new cycle, which is the new moon in Taurus, and it's an eclipse. So eclipses are seen differently by so many different people. Some people don't practice magic on eclipse season because they say that the portals are so open and the change is so dynamic, it could be almost chaotic, right? And so it's kind of like a way of showing respect for these dances between light and dark, which is basically what eclipses are. But more modern approaches towards astrology and magic, people still do practice magic. And so as I was discussing with a friend yesterday, the way I see it is just be careful with your magic. I think you should always be careful with your magic and your rituals, your ceremony, your intentions. But during eclipse season, just be a little bit more careful because they could be like really huge catalysts, right? For good or for bad. So if you're doing a ritual and it's a little bit messy and you're not sure what's going on, I would suggest maybe sticking to what you know. Okay, so dear beloved spirit of the universe, what loving guidance is there for the collective today? What loving guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Seven of Swords. What guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Knight of Rods. Rods are wands in this deck. What further guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Five of Swords. Okay, I feel like picking one more. What is this all about? What is this all about? Two of Pentacles. Okay, and let's pick a catalyst card or an oracle card. What further guidance is there for the collective today? Whoa, we got leadership. Okay, so I asked what this is all about and we got the Two of Pentacles. Seems like some of us could be juggling with two different options, could be feeling overwhelmed. Maybe there's a lot going on for us, a lot on our plates. But for today, particularly, I'm feeling like we have two options, or we have things that we're weighing in our life and we're kind of like having to decide what stays, what goes. And I feel like there's a need for decisiveness right now. So we started off with the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords can usually mean deceit. Right? If you notice, there's this person who's walking away with 4 swords, leaving 3 of the swords, and he's kind of like tiptoeing away, right? So this card usually comes up when there could be someone in our environment who is deceiving us, or there is something that where intentions are not very clear. Maybe our intentions towards something are not very clear. But it's mostly on the mental realm, right? Because we're talking about swords. So this is why I also was thinking that it's about making a decision, right? It's about something, someone, or even us are trying to get away with something. Maybe, you know, being sly and not really wanting to charge forward, right? Because we got the Knight of Rods, the Knight of Wands. And he is so determined. He knows exactly what he wants and how he wants it. Sometimes he's a little blinded by his motivation and by his willpower to get things done. I mean, look at his face, right? And so it's interesting that we have the contrast of these two cards, right? We have somebody who's being a little bit deceitful, not really checking in with their intentions, trying to tiptoe away from something. And then we have this Knight of Rods who is coming in fully decisive with lots of power, knowing exactly what he wants. So let's see how this plays out. Because then we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords usually says there's going to be some sort of conflict. There's going to be some sort of dynamic, some power dynamic that's going to be going forward. And it could mean that some of us are, wow, he even has blood. This is uncommon for the other ones. He even has blood on some of the swords. And so like this person is determined to be right no matter what the cost is. And this is usually what this card comes out to represent. That there is going to be some element of strife maybe. But it's more like saying like, what is the cost of you being right amidst everything? And you know, the card that we have everything tying together is leadership, right? So let me check to see if I have the book for this one. I think I do. Let me read. Stag Spirit, number 39. A majestic stag stands atop a mossy knoll. His ability and grace are palpable. You can see fog from around his nostrils and in his very exhalation. He does not need to announce his might. Simply and utterly, he is powerful without words or proclamation. In many traditions, the elusive and mysterious white stag is considered king of the forest. With his noble antlers and his proud stance, he carries a commanding energy. This card is calling you to claim your leadership of your life. Now is the time for you to step out of the shadows and become a beacon for others. Don't allow anyone or anything to dim your light. You may be asked to take on a position of authority. Even if you have been in the background in the past, this is your time to step up and shine. Remember that a leader isn't necessarily defined by age, status, or income. A true leader is someone who is commanding, passionate, and motivating. The spirit of the stag says, you inspire others to greater heights. Step into leadership with your life. You are a beacon for others. Shine in your own life. Be gentle with yourself and others. However, do not play small. Take action. This is your time. Step up. I love that it says like, take action. Don't play small, but be gentle. And I think that this is a really fine line that's really difficult sometimes to balance when you're dealing with leadership or stepping into your power or allowing yourself to be seen. It's like how to englobe all of your power yet, you know, remain humble. And is it really necessary to stay humble sometimes, or are we just really maintaining humble in order to appease other people's discomfort when you're being too much or too present? So getting back to the reading, I feel like there's going to be a decision that we're going to have to be making, or lots of us are juggling with some aspect. I feel like one of these pentacles is going to have to drop. I feel that one of these pentacles, something's got to give. Something's got to give. And I feel that we've been trying to avoid this decision for a while. I feel like we've been trying to distract ourselves. It's amazing how when we need to make a decision over something, all of a sudden other things are way more important. We start procrastinating because the Knight of Rods is here reminding us of our mission, of our passion, reminding us that we have a path and that it's time to follow this path. And that reminds me of something that I was listening to the other day regarding, the path of bhakti or devotion, that to trust that your deepest needs will be met. And that, it's nice to be able to have a plan and to be able to co-create with Creator and everything. But ultimately, all our lives are tailored to a specific path. And the universe and God know us even better than we know ourselves. And that's why the process of surrendering, the process of trusting is great. And so I think that all that is needed of us is to continue to be passionate towards our endeavors, and the rest will follow. The rest will go creating itself. The doors will go opening, the doors that we never even saw that were there, right? But let's just be careful. Let's be careful with our true intentions behind things. Let's be careful to not hurt other people in the process of attaining what we need, because a true leader is someone who is able to be silent, who is able to just stand in their own power, much like the stag they were saying about, right? So it's a process or the balance of being humble, yet allowing yourself to be seen exactly for who you are, and not just being in right relationship with your ego at the end of the day. So the way I'm also interpreting this reading is that there are already some tumultuous energies that are coming up for this eclipse that's on Saturday. And so I'll be talking a little bit more about that. But basically we're entering eclipse season, which, you know, brings changes. It brings changes. As I mentioned, they're like portals of changes. And so it's like, what are you ready to allow yourself to receive? What are you ready to really allow to let go? And it's like, sometimes you don't even have an option, to be honest. Okay, so if you would like to know a little bit more about how these eclipses are affecting you, or if you're going through something specific yourself and you would like into the tarot, you can always contact me or go to my website and book a reading. And if not, I would ask you to comment, like, or share these videos if they resonate with you, if you feel that you have people in your community that could resonate with them. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye.